believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in this certain situations, you could talk to a person. You express how you feel. They express how they feel. Y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree, or you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
Figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. Okay. It ain't no thing. Oh, I want him, and he's married to you, and it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
Remy Ma's outbursts are getting out of control. Rumor has it that Clarissa Shields tried to send out many batters in an attempt to remove Remy, since all of the subs were linked to Babu. The two had been at odds for some time. Clarissa allegedly raised the stakes and sent some people to handle Remy, but they failed. And now there are claims that Remy Ma ended up in a hospital bed, despite Remy's prior challenge to resolve the dispute in a ring, which clearly never happened. Everyone, this is insane. Maybe this sounds like a quote from a film, but the tension has been building for a while. So let's take a closer look and talk about what really led to this explosive scene. Let's go back. When Remy Ma was last seen, she was at an event in her hometown, standing tall on stage alongside Trey Songz and Connie Diamond. She performed their remix of Ghetto and Ratchet. Not particularly unusual, but she changed a line in her verse that sent everyone into a frenzy. The original bar had a problem. They said that your ninja was desired, so I snatched him. But during a live performance, Remy modified it to read, "I'll take your ninja if I want him." And the way she stated that clearly, you guys poisoned the intensity and excitement on the face. Fans immediately clapped when she brought up Clarissa. Remy is also aware of Clarissa's recent altercation with Papoose. That line wasn't just a bar, it was a direct hit. It was as though she was saying, I had him first, and I could take him back if I wanted to. And given her level of confidence, or possibly bitterness, some people questioned whether Remy was still sad about her split from PV. Perella paused for a millisecond. Though, and that line might have been the last straw for Clarissa. Clarissa's shade on stage shortly after Ree's, she didn't hold back either when she made her own freestyle appearance. A video that is currently going viral shows Clarissa standing in front of a whip, seemingly ready for a fight. Shades, chains, a trucker hat, a bomber jacket, and everything else when the beat stops. She starts calling herself a face splitter. Otherwise, who else would it be aimed at if not Remy? She brags about being in multiple tax brackets and gives off the impression that she's not the kind to play around with. But here's the twist. It didn't impress the internet. It's given I want to be Remy badly, and other jokes started to flood the comments section. Cringy, what irony. We recently saw Remy perform in the studio with Mayo at Madison Square Garden. Abruptly, Clarissa shows up rapping, while wearing a Remy outfit. The girl should stick to boxing because this is crap and rapping, isn't it? The last person to laugh was Remy. Listen, that last sentence must have hurt, because Clarissa's face later in the Instagram stories said it all. She thought she was having an impact, but the streets didn't sense it. Furthermore, that freestyle was intended to silence Remy, but instead it made Clarissa look nervous and prompted comparisons, which is when everything started to go wrong. But at this point, things become really complicated and, to be honest, a little scary. Since Remy hasn't been seen in public for days, rumors that she was involved in an altercation started to circulate shortly after. Clarissa's freestyle failed and social media pulled her forward. No posts, no live videos, and no appearances. It is also said that Clarissa, who is known to have some street ties in Michigan, sent several hits to confront Remy, There are rumors that it led to Remy's hospitalization. We don't know if it's real yet, but when you put broken hearts, street loyalty, and public humiliation together, anything is conceivable. Clarissa is more than just a boxer, though. She has people and pools, and if anyone could accomplish something, without getting their hands filthy, it could be her. Guess who's out there enjoying themselves as if nothing were happening when all of this commotion is happening? Everyone has seen Papoose and Clarissa on vacation, smiling, enjoying themselves, and not seeming to mind the drama. Despite losing the rap battle, Clarissa seems to be winning the war because she has the man, which has fans even more convinced. Ray has been utterly silent since she used bars as retaliation. No social media posts as a result. There were no clapbacks or events. The streets seemed to be muttering, and Remy might have disappeared for a time. But if we know anything about Remy Ma, it's that she rarely keeps quiet, so her sudden disappearance is clearly inappropriate. Some people think she is hiding because of the alleged assassination attempt, while others think she might be working on a return, just waiting for the perfect moment to happen. But let's all be honest, Remy is more than just a threat, so even though Clarissa might have been the first to punch, she had better be terrified. She's worse. She is the type of woman who speaks her mind and doesn't play games. This now seems to be a ticking time bomb rather than merely a rap feud. Ray had done time in prison before, and from her behavior, it seems that she is not afraid to go back. Because of this, she is 10 times more lethal than any diss song or Instagram post. She understands the dangers, yet if you push her too hard, she could endanger everything.
He came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day,
Right,
so
that's
it
right,
alters
right.
on the weekends,
That's
on
right.
Saturday or Sunday. So literally the
Every
first
day.
year,
How
he
far
came
is
every
Stafford
day.
Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on
So
traffic.
he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to
back
like,
them
I mean,
all.
it got to a point where I had to tell him like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess like when he believed it, that was alright, and I was like, he was like, alright, cool. And then he'll come like a little bit less. He'll come like 3 times.
We must not ignore the obvious in this case. Papooses are Remy's favorite. Apparently, for that man, she had to ride or perish. Therefore, if Clarissa is trying to get in the way, Remy may be ready for full-on lethal attraction. It's more than just a connection. It's family, especially now that she and Pap have a child together. It is not inconceivable that she would take all necessary precautions to keep it safe if she felt threatened by Clarissa. I already got the baby. All I need now is the husband and the peace, and there's nothing standing in my way. Not even a champion boxer, she might be thinking, even if it means stopping Clarissa Remy. Furthermore, for individuals who've given that everyone is yelling at Ray, let's take a brief journey down memory lane. According to her prior performance history, Remy Ma was a real-life criminal in the past, so it's not just hip-hop fight jargon or a quick pat on the wrist. In 2007, Remy was convicted of shooting someone after being involved in a shooting incident right outside the Manette nightclub. The woman she shot, Nikita Barnes-Joseph, claimed Remy shot her because he thought she had stolen money. Instead of talking to her about it, Remy fired the shot. The judge rejected her allegation that it was an accident. They even attempted to coerce her after accusing her of having a weapon. What do you all know? She received an 8-year prison sentence. It's a total of 8 years in her.
I'm innocent. You can always say that.
Since being released from jail after spending 6 years, she has been trying to live her best life. But Big Remy is still there, and it doesn't stop there. Let's fast forward to 2019, when Remy was arrested again, this time for allegedly assaulting Brittany Taylor, a co-star of Love and Hip Hop New York. Yes, one backstage slap was enough to give Remy a full case. The court's decision to issue a restraining order against Remy shows that she acts out without hesitation whenever she feels abused.
realest that I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with the when you're 4'10".
But be aware that there are other people on demon time besides. Remy, her son, was arrested in 2021 on suspicion of being involved in a shooting event that took another person's life. A murder case also included her son. After the case sent shockwaves over the internet, people started to question what was really going on in Ree's home, which gave Bonnie, Clyde, and their child a lot of energy.
Remy Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a hypothetical.
Well, not hypothetically, but how you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it.
Right.
But he's charged with it. Which makes it very sad, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And 50 Cent even made an effort to warn her. You might have gone too far when 50 Cent, of all people, urges you to stop. And that's what occurred. Clarissa appears to be in a mood as well. She wants all the smoke, so she's been looking for Remy and vying for the location like she's coming up to a boxing fight instead of a street situation. 50 had to step in when she started talking rashly. The websites claim that 50 informed Clarissa in advance that she would experience the blip. Yes, the blip if she did it. And that's not just a threat. It's a warning from someone who's been there before. See what happens when you push someone who has nothing to lose too far around the neighborhood? Clarissa Shields might have thought. She could take a little drama from a rapper because of her experience fighting in the ring. But what else did she enter that wasn't just a rapper? That individual has nothing to lose, is sincere, and has a criminal history and rap sheet. Some of those same people are still active and out there because, according to those close to her, she has a crew that is loyal to her from the Terror Squad days. Clarissa is out here pretending to be a costumed rapper or boxer, while Remy might be playing chess instead of checkers. These are only rumors, though. That Remy she has been silent because she is awaiting the ideal moment to respond, both physically and verbally. She might already be keeping an eye on Clarissa's whereabouts, timing her moves, observing who is close by, and preparing to hit where it hurts the most. Sources, however, assert that Ray has been behaving very astutely. Behind the scenes, including discreetly accessing phone logs, looking through earlier interviews, reviewing direct messages, and figuring out how much treachery has occurred. Another story, nevertheless, claims that Remy had a close friend who was neutral during the whole Pap and Clarissa controversy, but has since turned against him and handed. All of the texts and the screenshots are dropped at Remy's position. Therefore, while Clarissa is out here recording podcasts and working out, Remy might be doing her own Tubby documentary. Remy's behavior when she has something to prove as well, known to all of you. She doesn't broadcast dirty laundry to have more influence. If she spills, it will be disastrous. Everyone, it becomes pretty dark at this point. According to some admirers, Pap and Clarissa might have devised a complex plan to cut Remy out of the picture completely. Think about it. Clarissa shows up out of nowhere after Pap and Remy had been tumultuous in silence. She suddenly stops being the main chick and starts hanging out with Pap. 5 seconds. It was obvious that the optics were wrong from the start. After a period of public humiliation and fan-shaming of Remy, she is allegedly the target of a murder attempt. The question that needs to be addressed is who will benefit if she leaves? If this is an attempted hit, or even if Remy was told about one by someone close to her, don't be surprised if the police are called. Ray knows the system because she's been down before, although they might already be. She is not foolish enough to phone the feds directly. Taking note, we're hearing these noises on the streets. There is discussion about Remy Qualley hiring a private investigator. The identities of those engaged in the alleged hit have already been made public. Clarissa has apparently been changing her security detail, moving, delaying engagements, and obtaining legal advice behind the scenes. Therefore, if Remy Ma or anybody else comes forward with evidence that Clarissa plotted or even implied bodily violence, prosecutors might swoop in. Furthermore, if this information demonstrates a conspiracy to commit a crime, or if there is any suggestion that Clarissa is involved in the financing or planning of a felony, tampering with a witness or obstruction, even threatening violence through text or direct message can be used against you in court. And if Clarissa and her team try to intimidate Remy or anyone else connected to her, that is another serious charge. She might lose endorsements, get blacklisted in the media, or be suspected of causing harm to another woman with a child if there is any violence-related controversy. That was the end of that reputation. But I did hear from you. Do any of you think that? When Remy Ma is simply packing up or laying low, is Clarissa really brave enough to pursue him? Is Pap an innocent bystander? Or do you believe he is the mastermind behind this whole tumultuous love triangle? Along with all of your theories and questionable receipts, kindly share your thoughts and remarks below. Do not forget to press the like button. Click subscribe to activate notifications so you don't miss the next chapter of this insane journey.